Gaming has come a long way since its humble beginnings, but as with most things, if we look back, it seems that we may have already passed that golden age. It seems most games back then were made by people who genuinely cared about gaming and were passionate about the games they were creating. Most of the games that came out weren't just some cash grab that tried to squeeze every last cent out of the player. Gamers could trust in the developers that they had come to love. But as the industry grew and the opportunity to make money became more obvious, things started to change.
BlizzCon. We love Diablo. We want to use mobile devices as the platform for a new Diablo game. The current plan is to be on mobile, both Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have
Everyone's got a
phones,
phone.
right?
Hey, just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
More and more often, video game companies started to do whatever they could to earn easy money. Passion was being replaced by greed. Microtransactions, pay to win, unfinished projects, lying in the marketing, and cash-grabbing mobile games all started to become the norm. It worries me about the future of gaming because we're seeing more and more game companies willing to betray the trust of their fan base to cash in on quick and easy money. And if we want to look at a great example of why I'm worried, we need to look no further than one of gaming's most captivating horror experiences, PT. PT was a demo released by Konami on the PlayStation Store back in 2014. This demo was developed by Kojima Productions. For those of you that don't know, Hideo Kojima, while he obviously had help from a big team of many other talented developers, is the creator and director of games like Death Stranding and Metal Gear Solid. He has become known for making games with wild stories with deep hidden meanings. He will include little hints and Easter eggs everywhere in the games. Some minor detail in a Hideo Kojima game could end up being very helpful to understand the game's meaning as a whole. And it's come to the point that some fans almost become conspiracy theorists, trying to figure out what the heck something like this is supposed to even mean. And PT was no different. When PT was finally completed, it was discovered that the whole thing was a teaser for a new entry in the Silent Hills franchise. PT was a wildly popular and had gamers extremely excited for the next Silent Hills. So it baffled fans when the news came out that Kojima was being let go from Konami and that Silent Hills was being cancelled. How could Konami cancel Silent Hills after so many people loved its teaser demo, PT? But was PT really just a teaser for Silent Hills? No, I don't think it was. Fans would continue to put their tinfoil hat on and create these wild conspiracy theories on what the demo was, but I think I found one that actually got it right. A channel called The Great Debate made a video called PT's Hidden Meaning, and in it he describes how PT was actually an autobiographical story of Kojima's falling out with Konami. The video explains how Kojima rose to very high positions within Konami because of his work with Metal Gear Solid, but when he was taking too much time and money to develop the Fox engine and make the next Metal Gear Solid, Konami began to have their doubts. Eventually, Konami got so fed up with Kojima, they opted to demote him, replace him with someone else who had been in charge of a mobile game that was earning loads of money, and gave him a time cap of when Metal Gear Solid 5 had to come out. The video explains how a lot of the details in PT can be explained when looking at Kojima's situation. Some of the dialogue in PT references timelines of when Kojima started getting demoted. Lisa is a metaphor for the Fox engine, the Sync fetus being the Silent Hills project, 204863 is Kojima himself, the dad who murders his family is meant to be Konami, and the family he murders is meant to be Kojima's projects. The dad goes insane and kills his family because he keeps hearing the numbers 204863 on the radio. Just like, Konami gets angry and cancels Silent Hills and pushes out Metal Gear Solid 5 unfinished because they keep having to spend money on Kojima's projects. The video goes on to describe all the little details in PT that tell Kojima's story, and it's very interesting, so I'll leave the link in the description. But the bottom line is that PT is not just some random horror story. It's the history of a legendary game creator's fall due to a company not willing to fund a big epic project, instead wanting more money now. A tragedy telling us how Konami turned Metal Gear from this to this, and now wants to focus on mobile games instead of pursuing projects like Silent Hills. It's a cautionary tale of how big game companies are choosing quick cash over the trust from their community. And we see it all the time now. Fallout being online so that they could add microtransactions, Far Cry using the same map for multiple games, anything EA has ever done. No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk lying about their games to increase pre-order sales and then pushing them out early. Every game becoming a long-running service that continuously puts out content just because companies saw Destiny and Fortnite be successful at doing this. I mean, just look at Halo Infinite. Halo gained popularity because you had these polished epic sci-fi adventures that told a satisfying story and were fun to shoot your way through. But now it's open world so that they can add Ubisoft copy and paste objectives to increase the amount of content in the game. And they've chosen to go with an art direction that's basic, cartoony, and kind of plasticky. I wonder which audience they are trying to appeal to. Greed is overcoming passion, and companies are willing to violate the trust from their fans just so they can make that quick cash grab, and it leaves me pretty pessimistic about where the industry is going. Will Rockstar make another epic single-player game like Red Dead 2? Or will they focus next time on making another online mode that can last for 3 generations of consoles? Will CD Projekt Red try to make another amazing open-world game? Or will they just choose to make a monetizable mobile Gwent game? Is Halo going to turn into some cash grab franchise? I don't know. But I do think we will see some of our most beloved franchises and game studios fall. After all, we've seen how scary things can get when these big game companies choose money over quality.